Alright guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we're just going to go ahead and get right to work. Last video we talked a ton over this car. If you haven't seen that video, just go back on it. We talked about all the damages and what happened. We're just going to get right to work. We're going to go ahead and pull the hood off, the fenders off. But first thing, we're going to lift the car up, throw it on jack stand so we can get the wheels off. So that way we can pull the fender liners and everything else. So we'll just get right to work. Alrighty guys, so we got the car lifted up, and it's a massive mess here in the shop. And a lot of these, when we were taking it off, a lot of yeah, he's tripping over everything now. So a lot of these lug nuts busted off, and the actual studs themselves broke out. So we have to replace quite a few of those, which that sucks.
Well, we have to replace every stud and every lug nut, so yeah.
Not
That's gonna
every
be
single
fun.
one, but most of them
Well,
need replaced, which sucks.
most of them are all cross-threaded, so we might
And
as well.
This is all the aftermath of tearing the front end apart. It's busted radiators, fans busted.
Headlight, or
Got
just
the
one
headlight
headlight's
brackets
broken.
here.
But
Those are the headlight brackets, which none of the bigger stuff here will be thrown away until we get all the parts taken off and until we get the new parts in. Just because there's a few plastics here and there, nuts, screws, stuff we need, and I don't want to throw it away quite yet. And yeah, just a ton of sanding to get these things off. And we still have a few bent up brackets here and there, but it's actually not as bad as we thought it would be. I mean, there was a ton of garbage we had to remove and a ton of bent stuff, but for the most part, the frame rails are in good shape. It's just, this is a separate piece of metal here that's spot welded, and that's no big deal. That comes spot welded.
that could get all pulled back in place.
Yeah, we covered up all the coolant stuff, all the intakes, so we don't get garbage in there. Just minor stuff like that to keep your engine clean. So we're getting a parts list together. We have a few things that we didn't really know that we needed just because the car was or the hood was closed and stuff. The fender risers, I didn't know these things really even existed. I thought they were just regular bolt-on fenders, but I guess Subaru has these little fender risers as well. So we're gonna need both of those. And we're getting a parts list wrote up, because some of this stuff we couldn't see whenever the car was damaged. So besides that, that's about it for today. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Alrighty guys, so it actually is the next day here. First thing we did was replace that bottom part of that actual core support. We got the top part all mocked in. I'm sure I got a lot of that footage. If I didn't, I'm sorry. I try to get as much footage as I can, but next thing we did was throw on all the new studs on the car, both sides, all 20 studs. Basically, every one was cross-threaded, so I just went ahead and replaced all of them. Might as well. I'm not going to waste my time trying to figure out which ones are and which one are. I mean, it's not that hard to figure out which ones are cross-threaded, but I just went ahead and bought all new studs. But after we replaced all that, I tried to actually install that new airbag we got, but apparently, I don't know if whenever the airbags blow up, your actual connectors get cut, or somebody went and messed them behind there and cut the connectors, because I can't install it. I have to buy a new connector. I'll probably have to buy that whole plastic piece because I don't really feel comfortable, right? I mean, I could do it, but I don't want to. I could solder new wires and pigtail on it, but I might as well buy that whole piece, which is probably the same price as the actual pigtail itself. So I might as well just do that. But we throw on the whole core support. We lined up everything, the fenders, the hood, the bumper. Everything is lining up pretty good for the most part. This is just a rough estimate what it's going to look like, and everything's lined up decent. We can still adjust the fenders, the hood, the bumper, all that stuff we could still adjust. It's not perfect yet, but it's pretty close. So we might as well start tearing everything apart, but that's going to be in the next video where we tear apart everything we just put on, and we're going to start welding everything up for good. And after that, basically, we'll be pretty close to done, but hopefully in the next video we can actually get this thing on the first test drive too. I haven't even driven it. It's only been started maybe for like not even a minute or two. Everything's unhooked. There's no coolant. There's no airbox on there. I didn't want to start it and leave it running for too long. There's no serpentine belt, nothing. But you guys are just gonna have to stay tuned for that. If you guys like these videos and you guys want to see this car, maybe a turbo kit, if you guys give us a ton of love and support, I may turbo this thing. So click that subscribe button, dude.